Hello everybody, I'm Basically Brandon, and this is my movie review for A Cure for Wellness. This film was directed by Gore Verbinski, and he's directed films such as Pirates of the Caribbean and The Ring. Starring in this film is Dan DeHaan, who plays our main character, Lockhart. Jason Isaac plays as Volmir. He is the doctor of the wellness center as well as the owner of the building. And Mia Goth plays as Hannah. She is a patient in the wellness center and she is very special to the Dr. Volmir. Now the plot of this movie is actually pretty interesting. A young successful business executive is blackmailed and sent to retrieve his company's CEO, which is in a wellness center in Swiss Alps, Switzerland. I'm a huge fan of psychological horror films, and some of my favorite psychological horror films are The Shining, 1408, The Awakening, American Psycho, and the newest released film, Split. So yeah, I absolutely love those kind of films. So I have very high expectations when it comes to these kind of films. So you can bet I'm going to dig down deep and tell you the truth about this film. So will The Cure for Wellness be considered a classical psychological horror film? Well, that's why you're watching my review. This film did do a good job feeling very gothic and very creepy. The cinematography in this film was outstanding. And the camera shots in certain scenes were just beautiful. Particularly the train scene whenever he's headed to the mansion, which is a very, very awesome scene. It does make you feel like you are in IMAX and you're watching one of those IMAX movies. And the acting in this film was pretty great. Dan DeHaan stole the show for me, as well as Mia Goth. I think Dan DeHaan played Lockhart very well. I enjoyed that he just was this douchebag assistant from the beginning, and he's being blackmailed. He's being forced upon his will to go get the CEO of his company and bring him back to New York so the CEO can sign these papers and make a merge with another company so this company can start making more money. Well, he gets to the mansion, which is the wellness center, to retrieve the CEO, but for some strange reason, everyone is just so happy and they're just all really nice to be there. Nothing is going weird. Well, it doesn't seem weird at first, but then he gets there and he meets with the doctor and he says, okay, well, listen, I need to get this guy, I need to get the CEO, and I need to bring him back to New York. So come on, just give him to me. And then he's like, sure, that's no problem. You can come back in 24 hours and you can have him. Or it's not like we're holding him against his will or anything. On the way back to his hotel or whatever, they hit a deer and the car crashes into the woods. Then he wakes up into the wellness center hospital. And from then on, everything is just so weird and creepy. Supposedly, his leg was broken, so he's a limp man. He's not gonna run anywhere. He's gonna be walking back and forth. It's gonna be stressful. That's what's gonna happen. Lockhart starts noticing some pretty sketchy things through this hospital, and I don't blame him, but in certain situations, he's like, I kind of want to figure out what's going on around this place. He's going to investigate this place by himself. Really? You're going to investigate this place? You're not going to get on the first class back to wherever? He is determined to get this job done. I mean, he's being blackmailed. If he doesn't do this, he's going to get fired. So he stays in the wellness center for so-and-so time until his leg is healed and the CEO is ready to go. Every chance he tries to get to talk to the CEO, it seems like there's always something else in the way. So there's always something preventing him to get what he needs to get done. And then you start suspecting, is there something in the water? Then you start noticing things that go through this entire place is they all drink water. And as he's drinking this water, which is really odd, really weird, and then he notices there's something actually in the water. Some of the creepiest, nastiest scenes I have like ever seen. Like eels. It's bad. One of the most disturbing scenes in this film is going to stay in my head for a long time. It burnt, the image is burnt in my head, and every time I think of it, it's terrible. Yeah, so it makes you never want to go to a dentist again. Yeah. There's something else that I really like about this film, and the storytelling. The storytelling is something I really enjoyed. I enjoyed it because it felt like you were reading a book. You know, it was not as interesting in the beginning, and it took its time. It took its long old good old time. This movie is 2 hours and 26 minutes long. It's a very long movie. Some people say it should have been ended a long time, you know, 50 minutes ago, 40, 20 minutes ago. It could have been shortened down. And that's something that's a con. It's a bad thing that you know, it's a long movie. But if you like long movies, there's not going to be any problem. You're going to like it. I do have to say that if you don't like the disturbing images in films, if you can't handle that, I wouldn't suggest for you to go see this film. It is rated R, so you know, read what the rated R things stand for, and if you're just not okay with those things, don't go see this film. If you like the disturbing images, if you like, you know, all that creepy stuff that comes with it, if you like the gothiness of the look of the films like that, if you like the gothy look in films, then I think you're really gonna like this film. I think it did a really good job in psychological horror films. Will it be considered a classic? Probably not. Probably not yet. I don't think people are liking this film. I've just been hearing terrible things about this film. 40% on Rotten Tomatoes. I don't get that. I don't get it. When you look at this movie, it is beautiful. The acting is great. The storytelling is pretty amazing as well. And it came together with the final conclusion being interesting. But with that being said, I'm going to score The Cure for Wellness 9 out of 10. Like this video, guys. Comment below. Let's get some stuff stirred up. Let's start talking about this film. Let's start talking about future films. Speaking of future films, my next film will be Top 10 Anticipated Films of 2017. And always remember to subscribe to Basically Brandon. But with that being said, I'm Basically Brandon, and that's basically it.